Indiana Pacers have an actual chance to compete for the Eastern Conference championships this season. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to GTA Sports on YouTube. Check out the Heat Check podcast with my man Antonio Turner. Don't forget to check out TySlatter.com for all things world sports. In today's ISO Mode, we're going to talk about the Indiana Pacers and why I believe that they're probably the best team in the East to go up against the Boston Celtics. Watch my previous video on the Boston Celtics and why I feel like they're going to try to create a dynasty this year with a chip on their shoulder. Check that video out first before you watch this one, because this one is a direct continuation of that. Now, for those who have watched the Boston Celtics video already, the Indiana Pacers are the best team for the job. No, I'm not doing it off recency bias. I'm not doing it because I'm from the city of Indianapolis and it's home team. I'm looking at the contracts. I'm looking at the age of the team. The oldest player on the team is James Johnson at 37, but he's more there for moral support, locker room chemistry, coaching off the bench, and basically just locker room chemistry more than anything. TJ McConnell is the oldest active player that's really going to get meaningful minutes coming off the bench, leading the second unit at point guard. And he's eligible for a contract extension this season, but he'll be an unrestricted free agent in 25-26, as well as Miles Turner, who got his money. He's getting paid $19 million this season, or actually $20 million, just shy of $20 million. He'll be an unrestricted free agent next season, at 25-26 season. So they'll make a decision based on how he performs this season, or they could re-sign him at the trade deadline once he becomes eligible for a contract extension or a re-sign. The Indiana Pacers have to come out of their pockets and pay the money. The Simon brothers have been cheap, and it's been known across the league for decades that they don't want to pay their players when they're due for big contracts. But like I was telling my brother the other day, I do believe that the Indiana Pacers are turning a corner because they're going to want to make sure Halliburton feels like this team is playing to win and compete. They locked him in he's on a big contract himself. So between him and Pascal Siakam, Pascal's got a 4-year deal. He won't become an unrestricted free agent until 2028-29 season. Halliburton's out past that. So they're locked in for the next few seasons with those two guys. Obi Toppin got locked in on a 4-year deal. Aaron Naismith's on a 3-year deal. He'll become unrestricted in 27-28. Andrew Nembhard's on a 4-year deal. He's eligible for a contract extension this season. Overall, the team is young, vibrant, and I'm sure with Halliburton coming fresh off winning a gold medal with Team USA in Paris for the 2024 Summer Games, he's coming in with a chip on his shoulder because he really didn't play. As he said in his post on X, formerly known as Twitter, he knows how it feels to be that kid that gets an A on the project but didn't have nothing to do with the project. Just got an A just being at the right place at the right time. That's the best way to sum it up. He did soak up a lot of game watching the veterans do their thing. I do believe that in the Summer Games in LA 2028, Halliburton will have a much larger role. Of course, God forbid he has any injuries between now and then. As long as he's healthy, I think he'll have a more prominent role when they pass the torch down to the next generation of Olympic stars. As far as what he's bringing this year, he already said in the previous interview during the Olympics that inactivity or lack of play put another chip on his shoulder. And he's the underdog. This is the guy that wasn't ranked coming out of high school, had to earn every position he's ever had. He had to earn it. He had to prove himself every level. I feel like after what happened in the Eastern Conference Finals this past season, I do believe he's learned, okay, I'm given a platform to do the best I can with what I got. Let's make it happen. So this is me saying that the Indiana Pacers are more than likely, they're primed to be the best team coming out the East, not named the Boston Celtics. The only team that they really truly have to worry about, in my opinion, I'm going to do a video on them as well, is the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. With Paul George coming to Philly. I do believe youth is on their side. They have a younger team versus going against older teams with older players that have been known to be injury prone, like Paul George, Joel Embiid. But of course, the East does have other teams that I'm going to be doing videos on later on, but this one here is strictly on the Indiana Pacers being arguably the best team to come out the East this year, to have the best chance to come out the East this year, not named the Boston Celtics. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to GTA Sports. Follow me at Ty Slatter as well. This has been in ISO mode for the Indiana Pacers. It's Ty Slatter. Until next time.